Hello buddies, welcome back to my channel. It is Miss March. Thank you for joining me today. You may notice that today we have the background that we usually have for the Get Ready With Me's. However, we're not going to be doing that, although I'm not wearing a lot of makeup today, but that's for a different reason, which is I took a shower not too long ago and it's like 6 p.m. and I don't want to put on a face full of makeup because then I'm going to have to take that face full of makeup off. So in any case, we're here, but the reason I am so close to the camera and I'm using like this setup is because I want to be able to get close and show you some things, and this just works a little bit better because what we're going to do today is I'm going to be talking about this product over here, which is the Ordinary's Multi-Peptide Serum for hair density. And let me tell you a little bit about why I kind of like started using this product, or why I decided to test it. So it was actually twofold. The first thing I noticed was that around late December, early January, last time I dyed my hair, I had noticed that I had a lot of new growth. And I kind of was able to identify, I think, when I had actually had lost some hair, because I had like maybe a couple of months before that, I had been really stressed. So I was kind of like pinpoint, just like, oh, this is actually new growth. And it was like mainly like around like, you know, my hairline over here. So that kind of made me think about hair growth, and I kind of wanted to support that. The other thing that kind of made me freak out was that I started wearing like my hair in like a half pony, like a high half pony with this scrunchie, which I've had in many videos. And when I did that, I had noticed like this over here, and then I have noticed like when I do that like you could really see the lines when I part of the hair. Now I think a lot of that is normal, but we are in quarantine, and winters in Montreal are very long, which is where I live. They're just very long. So there was a lot of time to think, and I think that, you know, made me a little bit more, you know, funky than other times. And I decided that I need to try something to help my hair, or to help with hair growth. And I knew that the Ordinary had this one, and I also know that the Inculist has something similar. However, that one is always out of stock on the Inculist website, whereas this one was actually at the Sephora website. So I decided to order it. I have my phone for some details, but it was, I think it was like 17 Canadian dollars or something like that. So let's just look it up. Okay, sorry about that. I had it open and then, I don't know, things got messed up. Yes, it's $17.90 here in Canada. So in the US, probably a little bit lower. It's sold at Sephora. It's 60 milliliters. And it's the, as I said, multi-peptide serum for hair density. As we probably know from other videos, I do love peptides, so that was something interesting to me. And let's just read what it says here. So it says, a concentrated serum that helps hair look thicker, denser, fuller, and healthier. It has three ingredients, or three highlighted ingredients, that say that the first one targets stem cells and human fibroblasts from dermal papilla to improve hair density. Then they have another one that increases blood flow to the scalp. And then one other ingredient, all of them are like trademark names, that increases hair density. And what I haven't really, I didn't do a lot of research on the ingredients, but I can tell you, especially the one that increases blood flow to the scalp, that is pretty much what we want to do. And in fact, the one, for example, the one that the Inculist sells has caffeine, because that is a way to increase blood flow to your scalp, and more blood flow to your scalp is gonna result hopefully in more hair growth or better hair growth, because we are just stimulating your scalp, and that is making it happen. And one thing that I really liked is that it's very clear. It doesn't say that it will make your hair that way. It's just that it helps your hair look thicker, denser, fuller, and healthier. And I find that's like a good thing to kind of pause on, because there's so much about our hairs that is just genetic, right? I personally have a lot of hair, but really thin hair at that. And no matter what I do, I'm never going to be able to make my hair thicker because my individual strands thicker, because it's just not how my hair grows. The same way someone with thicker hair could not make their hair like grow thinner. It's just not something that we can do. It's mainly genetic. It's, you know, we really don't get a choice. So I like that it says that it's gonna make it look that way, but not necessarily that it will make your hair that. Other things, for example, are my hair is right now, it's severely damaged. I talked about this before, but I haven't had a haircut, I want to say November of 2019, November or December 2019. So it's looking okay here, but if you look at the bottoms, like it's not great. And also like I bleach my hair. I kind of need to bleach it, and I kind of need to do it again, but I bleach my hair. So that means that like my hair has a lot of damage, and like I can't expect something that I put on my scalp to, you know, fix it or you know, get rid of the damage, because the damage is already there. So I like that it says that it helps it look that way, but it's not going to make your hair thicker or make your hair grow like longer or anything like that. However, I decided to put it to the test. And for me, it was really interesting also to know if this would stimulate growth. One of the things that I can tell about my hair is, I'm going to show you pictures in a little bit, is that my hair won't grow past a certain length. It just won't. So right now my hair is really long, but if you look at it, like the ends are really bad, and also, you know, it doesn't really grow a lot, like especially like towards the end, it's really thin, because my hair just doesn't go past a certain point, or not very strongly, I would say. But you know, I'm curious. I really like having long hair, and I wish I had thicker hair, because I love to do braids and things like that, and they always look so sad when I put them on. Sorry, my phone just made a noise. So so I really wanted to see if, you know, like what would happen. So let's talk a little bit about the product. So I said it's $17.90. It's from The Ordinary, so it comes in that like ordinary packaging, like the little dropper. It was okay. The dropper is fine to apply. The way you apply it is you take the dropper and then you kind of apply like little drops all over your scalp, and then you just massage it. It doesn't go on your ends, it just goes on, oh sorry, it just goes on your scalp, and then you massage it and you just let it be. You're not supposed to wash your hair after, like it's supposed to kind of stay. So I usually just do it before I go to bed. I was actually pretty diligent in doing it. Like so I got it in February, so the first couple of months I was really diligent at doing it, and then I don't know, I started going to bed late and I was really tired, so I've been trying to get back into it, but there's a few nights that I actually skipped because I forgot. The other thing I personally don't love is it makes your hands weird. Like it's not sticky or anything, but it just feels weird. So like I feel like I need to like wash my hands like immediately, which is not, I mean, we're washing our hands like 5 million times a day. But I don't know, I didn't love how my hands felt touching it. And then the other thing I will say in terms of, you know, I always like to talk about packaging. Actually, I'll say two more things maybe. The first one is we always talk about scents with me. This, I don't think it has a scent. No, it does not smell like anything, so nothing offensive, nothing that will bother me. Sometimes I have a kerastase thing for your hair that the smell is so strong that I just can't use it, especially because you're supposed to like it's like use it at night, and like just the idea of going to bed with that strong of a smell is just too much. The one thing that I think could be better is I don't love the dropper kind of situation. And I think part of the reason why I don't love it is because as I'm running out of product, like I'm maybe around here, it's harder to pick up product with the dropper. I think if I were the person designing the packaging, I would have gone more for something like this. This is, by the way, the R&Co Acid Wash Apple Cider Vinegar Cleansing Rinse. Something more like this where I could just, let me just make sure this is close. I could just like go like, you know, and just move it around. Yes, it would be a bit harder in terms of dosage than like just having the dropper, because I usually just try to do one dropper. But I don't know, I think it would be a little bit more practical to use. So the way I've been using it is I have paid like extra attention to these two areas, and then around the hairline, and then there's just like, you know, some dots here, some dots in the back of my head, and then like at the over here with the nape, just like really trying to cover everything and just to, you know, distribute it evenly. And then I've either used my hands or I have a, oh, I wish I had brought it with me, but I have a, you know, like those rubber thingies to massage, like scalp massager, I think it's called. So I have one of those, so I would just like go with that and just like kind of like massage everything. Mine is purple. So I do that. By the way, if you are a FabFitFun subscriber, I think we can get one in the box that's coming like now, the summer box. So that's how I put it on. As I said, I do it before I go to bed. It's the last thing I do, that and my like oils and gua sha thing on my face, and then I go to bed. So let's talk about results and whether I liked it or not. So I'm gonna try. I took pictures. I was very scientific, and I took pictures at the beginning, and then I took pictures today. As scientific as I wanted to be, it wasn't the best. So basically what I did is I wore the same t-shirt which has stripes, and I counted from the bottom how many stripes until I had hair. So my hair has grown a little bit since I started using it in February, which I could tell because of my dye job. But basically in picture number 1, and as I said, I'm gonna do my best to put the pictures on here. So in picture number 1, my hair, it was 11 stripes from the bottom of the t-shirt, and now when I did it today, my hair was 9 stripes from the bottom of the t-shirt, which is not a ton, and I feel like I was maybe expecting a little bit more from the product, but you know, that's on me, that's not on them. And I say like I tried to be scientific, but you know, I couldn't ensure like the same levels of like moisture in my hair because I did it after I showered, but when my hair was like still semi-wet. So my ends are pretty dry because my ends are dry. And then the top of my hair is a little bit damp, or it's actually damp. So anyway, all this to say, it's not the most scientific of experiments, and just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. But it was, my hair did grow. However, I don't think it grew more than it would have grown naturally. So I think that is one of the things that we will mention. But I do find that it was helpful in terms of hair density and how my hair looks on top. So I went for a walk yesterday, and I saw myself, I had my hair loose, and I had, or down, and I saw myself in a big glass window, and so my hair was like, oh, like, look at the like thick mane, like, look at that hair. So I do think that I did that. I do feel like there's more volume, or there's more density on top. Also, like, I'll just go really close, and there is some like new growth in these areas over here. Let's show here. So I do feel, oh, this is very close, and I'm feeling exposed. So there is some new growth in like, you know, this little area that I was concerned about. And I don't think this is necessarily problematic or indicative of any problem with my hair. I think that's just like how my hair grows. I should like look at some pictures from when I was a kid, and I was like, I used to sport those same looks, you know, like the high pony with the scrunchie. But you know, I do have to say that just adding that, it started like a little growth in there. So I think that's actually pretty good. I would say it does do what it says it's supposed to do, which is to help hair look thicker, denser. I mean, thicker, I wouldn't say thicker, because thickness, as we said, we really can't change that. But it does look fuller, and it does look denser. And then in terms of health, I don't see a ton of difference. But I do, you know, but it's fine. Like, the top of my hair is fine, except for like the problem with right now with the blondness. But if you look at it, like, I have to say that it's pretty thick, and it looks kind of healthy. Obviously not the ends, but I haven't treated the ends the best way. I use heat on my hair, so there's so many things that I do to my hair that are not great for hair. So do I recommend that? I would say yes. I would say if you're someone who is concerned about, you know, hair density, something like that, give it a try. It's very, like, there's not a lot to lose. It's actually pretty cheap. It's not difficult to use. It's not smelly. It's not going to create problems for you. You can put it on any time of the day. I do it at the end of the day because I don't know, it just works better for me. And I know that, like, oh, if like for any reason, I put it a little too much and then my hair gets a little wet, because I have to say, like, usually your hair doesn't even get wet because when you put just like the drops, but I know that if I do it at night, then in the morning I can just fix it quickly. So I'm not too, it's the one less thing to worry about. So yeah, I'll have to say, if you're concerned about hair density and if you want to kind of make your head look fuller, or your hair look fuller, I would definitely give it a try. I don't see any cons, and you can give it a try. So this, as I said, I bought this one in February. Today is May 5th, and I still have a ton left, even though I didn't use it every night. But I would say it lasts. Now, sometimes, let me see if this one says it, because I know that the one from the Ink List, for example, actually says, I'm just grab my phone just to make sure I can, I just want to see if this one says. I know that the one from the Ink List says that you actually need more than one bottle to actually see a difference. I don't know if this one will say that. No, I don't think it says. This one also has caffeine, I have to say, which makes sense, because you do want to get that blood flow. And I think it also helps when you do the massaging. I really like my little rubber scalp massager, and I use it like, I mainly bought it because I use dry shampoo and to kind of like get rid of the dry shampoo as well. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Give it a try, see if it works for you. Whether I'm going to keep using it or not, I'm going to continue with this one. I think I'm just not going to be like super diligent about it, you know. It's just like, oh, if I say it and I remember, great. But if I don't, it's fine. Just because that's not necessarily what I need right now, and my hair is looking, I would say, pretty decent for what it is. But I do recommend it if you want to give it a try. Again, it's inexpensive. It doesn't take a lot of work on your part. So give it a try if it's something that, if it's a concern that you have for yourself, give it a try. And yeah, let me know how it works. So this has been the video for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I notice I'm doing like shorter videos lately, but you know, sometimes that's how we feel. If you can, leave me a comment about anything that we talked about today. Do you have issues with hair? Is this something that you would be interested in trying? Do you know of another product that does sort of something similar that you really like? So yeah, so let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you can. If you don't, that's all totally fine. And I will see you again in another video. Bye.